Holy Christmas. I have been watching Pretty Little Liars so much that my eyes are hurting. Okay, so this will be the final half of season 3. I can't believe Wow. I can't believe I watched all 3 seasons all over again. I'm gonna take a day off, most likely. And then we'll see if I'm busy this weekend or whatever, and I'll try to watch some of the first, 12, 13 episodes of season 4. If I don't feel like it, I'm just definitely going to watch. I've already watched the summer finale like 2 times or 3 times. I'll probably just watch it once more, just so it's fresh in my head before the other one comes through. So, I've said this in commenting on other people's theories that season 3 to me provided us the most information, which is sad that we had to wait that long for information. And after I go through these notes and just kind of little things, there's quite a bit here from episodes 14 through 24. I'm just going to give a kind of synopsis of my who's dark and how I feel certain people are. So this part of the season is when Mona's back. Okay, so Mona comes back to school, and someone tries to run someone off the road. At first, I thought on a skateboard. We learned to find that this guy on the skateboard is Lucas, and the person trying to run him off the road was Toby. There's a brain that's put in Mona's locker. We come to find out that was Caleb and Paige who planted that in her locker. And during this portion of the season, they are trying to figure out things about the A-Team. Yet, I think Paige is faking, and I will get into that more after. We start seeing Toby's lying to Spencer. Like I said, I don't think he ever worked in Bucks County. I think he was a part of the A-Team. That was his job. And I'm starting to think Jason's definitely bad in some way. We see a Toby versus Jason showdown. Lucas was, okay, I already said that part. Then we see that guy from the Lost Woods Motel becomes the janitor, and he has that diary and stuff, which is really creepy. And then we learn that Allie blackmailed Byron, Mr. Montgomery, as well as Mr. Hastings. This girl had so much money coming in for blackmailing people. And Jason's hurt. Which comes to think that he was the one that tried to kill Uriah. Lucas, we find out, so that's the only other person that we know that's hurt. So I don't know if they made it blatantly clear to us that it was Jason, or if it's Weldon or someone else. Episode 15, I just put Mona's manipulative. As long as Mona's back, we're not safe, Lucas said. Mona hurts kid. What the heck did I put? Lucas tried to leave the A-Team. Mona will never stop hurting people, he pretty much says. Paige versus Emily, there's a party in the woods, and Paige has that panic attack. I think it was complete bullshit, okay? I think that Paige faked that anxiety, got out of the car, made this whole fuss, and she's in on this whole scaring Emily thing. I also believe that if Maya is dead, that Paige killed her, not that other guy. Paige set up the whole thing. I'm telling you, she's a psycho. She was jealous. She knew that she would get Emily if Maya was out of the picture. Let me fix this. And, sorry. And I think she faked that whole anxiety attack, and then Toby comes, slashes the tire, and and puts more fear in Emily, so she's drawn more to Paige. And honestly, I truly believe that. Mona follows Byron, which is weird to me. I don't know how. I still can't figure out how Byron truly fits into this. And a person hides the Queen of Hearts. At the end, the A-clip is what I call it. The Queen of Hearts costume is buried. We learn later on that was Weldon. Melissa, I believe, tells us that in season 4. And once again, Weldon hid that costume. Weldon is part of the A-Team. Wilden, I think, they never showed his face or anything. They have to leave something secret for us. But I'm telling you, more and more this season, it's so obvious that Wilden is a part of the A-Team. It's so beyond obvious, okay? Episode 16, A-Army. Someone used that term. I think it was Hannah, the A-Army. That bitch can keep a secret, Mona said about Spencer. They need to understand she's in charge, she says. Toby has that Elam Radley badge, okay? And this is the episode that I believe, is it? Yeah, this is the episode that she finds out that Toby is on the A-Team. So we see an Allie flashback. She says, I'm more real than I've ever been. I see everything now. And A is everywhere. And you everywhere. I see A everywhere. You all do too. And I'm surprised you haven't figured it out, Spencer. Okay? So I was like, that's different. Caleb and Paige working together, that A key, that's how she finds out. Because Toby comes back in the house to get that key back, and that's how she sees him in the hoodie and such. Meredith is looking for the pages. I'm not even going to talk about the Meredith thing, because it's just like, a lot of the things I didn't really pay attention to. When I rewatched it, I kind of skipped through Caleb's dad parts and certain things that I didn't think applied to my research. This is the crazy part. When she was being drugged by Meredith, we see an Allie come into her bedroom, and she says to Arya, you know why I picked you, right? Picked her for what? And then I was like, is she A? So many people, I don't know, the more and more that I've been watching this, I can see how Hannah is suspicious sometimes, and Emily started being suspicious this part that I'm talking about right now. But they both been hurt so much that I just absolutely don't think I could be at all. Spencer's so into finding A-Team, A and whatever, that I'm not saying that a part of me wants to think that Spencer did think that she killed Allie. I don't know. And then Arya, I just don't know. I'm still, this shows, you like to think that you know something and you don't. Sorry that I'm so flustered and can't talk and put sentences together. I'm just brain dead after watching Netflix on my computer. Then, so we find out he's A. Byron saw Melissa, so he told Arya, listen, she wasn't dead. When I left her, she was alive, and I saw Melissa come out to talk to her. So that puts Melissa there. Now we remember that the Hastings parents said that they worried for Melissa, and that's why they hired that private investigator, and why that $15,000 cash was missing, and all that crap. So, what does it say for Melissa? So, do we believe Byron? At this point, I still don't know what to believe about Byron. Why is Mona following him and all this stuff? So we see Spencer break down. She's outside the house. Mona's inside Toby's house. She's crying and everything. Episode 17, Hannah's wearing a Paris shirt, which I just write anything referring to Paris. Caleb and Paige put the brain in the Mona's locker. I said that. The way that Spencer talks in this episode, she says happens instead of and changes it to happened, meaning that she might think that Ellie's really alive. We see a Paige and Shauna connection. She works at the costume shop. They used to date. It's really sketch that they're hanging out. Spencer meets with the private investigator. Ezra is leaving to go see Malcolm. The A-clip is a red coat, and they torch Allie and then Hannah. And I think Paige tricked Caleb. She wants Mona out, and she wants to be in charge. And that totally makes sense to me. Episode 18, another poster that I saw in Ezra's room. A lot of them all have to do with flying. If you notice that, pilots. I found the connection for the World War I connection, which everyone I think can agree that he's that gas mask guy. This one is Evian Le Bain. It's a poster above Ezra's bed, and it has to do with the southeast France. And again, the same kind of theme. I put Emily kill Ellie. She has that flashback, remember? I'm not sure. They didn't really go anywhere with that, but I'm not quite sure where to go there. Mona gives Dr. Sullivan those orchids. We find out that the room that Toby had, was in Mayflower Hill, which the investigator said. Spencer goes to the door, and the lair is obviously moved. Spencer told Jason in the mausoleum maybe Allie was pregnant by Wilden. A buys the whiskey, which I think is Toby because of the chain wallet. And like someone said in another theory, the Allie and the Marion portions don't have dates on them. Usually when people die, they have the dates of their year of birth and such. So episode 19, Spencer loses it. She bugs out on Mona. She has that episode. Who's looking cray-cray now? Do you still have any friends? Funny, I don't see any of them here. I think Ren is in on this. It just seems so suspicious. We see the Wes and Arya kiss, which I don't care. Jason's hurt. This is when he gets hurt falling down that elevator. So conveniently, the next episode after he finds out Ellie could have been pregnant by Wilden. I think that just makes it even more clear that either him or Cece was responsible for that and trying to kill him, and then he disappears and they obviously kidnap him. The A clip is spin the bottle, which is this one was so obvious to me. It's the spin the bottle one where each of the girls is on a bottle of whiskey, and so they spin the bottle, and the first one's Arya. You see two. To me, it made it seem like there was two A-team members. So they split it to Arya, to kiss Arya. So I'm like, okay, it's Ezra, or Wes, or who else kissed her? Jason. It could have been Jason. I just thought about that. Someone that she's kissed, obviously. And then the other one spins, and it's Spencer. And at first I put Toby, but then they had just made out Ren. So I was like, oh, it could have been Ezra and Ren having a drink. Could have been Jason and Toby, Jason and Ren. It could have been so many different combinations, but all of them are suspicious to me. So I thought that A clip was really, if you really thought about it, it made sense. Episode 20, Ezra's back. We see Ezra hide away, and he's very manipulative. And it's just a really strange depiction of him. Maybe Shauna was wearing the second costume. That's what I put. Wilden, Ashley dinner. Ren and Spencer. I deserve to be used. Ren wants to be with her. I think everything's been set up. He acts dumb about Mona, but he already knows things about her. Yes, definitely. Someone tries to kill Spencer. Arya magically appears to save her, which I thought was so sketchy. And the hydrangeas were used for the arrangement that she received. He bought, the private investigator found that Toby had bought all these hydrangeas. Episode 21, Spencer finally tells, we're like how many episodes later? 5 episodes or 4 episodes later, and she finally tells the girls about Toby. It was definitely Mona who sent the flower arrangement with deepest sympathy to Spencer, because there's orchids in it, and we saw Mona give one orchid to Dr. Sullivan. Spencer sees Toby dead. She loses it, or fake loses it, to get into Radley. Emily follows Redcoat into the warehouse. That whole thing was just weird. The next episode is... Oh, I didn't even write on the back of this. Forgot to write on the back of the paper. I was trying to recycle paper here. Episode 22. 3 episodes left. Spencer's sitting there playing the solitaire. We see the Joker card, and she stares at it. You could tell that she's faking it, because she tells Melissa, don't bother, I'm only here for 72 hours. You could tell she wants to be there. She wants to figure something out, what's going on. And she meets Eddie Lamb, which is one of the medics. Episode 23, this is a big one to me. I put Spencer joins the A-team. That was a guess before I even knew that. Ren visits. You're not the reason I'm here, she said to him, because he thought that maybe he did something, which I thought was really sketchy that he brought that up, and I put, you sure? Who texts Ren? Because then he has to leave because somebody texts him right away. Eddie Lamb gives her a game that has a map on it, so he encourages her to do it, and him and Ren are very at odds, and it shows her how to get out by a window that's always unlocked. The guy dead is the private investigator with an alley mask on it. We know Mona obviously was a part of it. She wanted her to believe it was Toby. Mona wears that mask. She's worn it on Halloween. She painted that mask at Rindley. I think Spencer, this is before I knew this, Spencer took Malcolm. It was her initiation to the A-team. Her reward comes on Friday, which I assume is deceased Toby, which is the case. Has Allie been at Radley all this time? A lot of people said, where is Allie hit? It's pretty obvious Allie's alive. So we're like, where is she been hidden away? The basement of her house, Radley. A lot of times that that people see her, it seems really believable. CC Drake's, she finds CC Drake's visitor tag, and that's when Ren comes in and catches her, and he's so dark and just like, what are you doing? And he admits that he bent the rules, which I think made it clear because he said Mona made him do it. And one of the clips way back in the regular part of this season shows an A clip where is an admin password and they switch it to permitted, and I think that kind of confirmed to me that Ren was a part of the A-team. I'm not positive, but he admitted it, right? Then we see Spencer has the black hoodie and the carnival passes, and we know that she was the one that kidnapped Malcolm, and Mona asked her to join the A-team. The finale, the lodge at Thornhill. Okay, so everyone's supposed to be at this party. Spencer's job is to get the girls to go to the house, and her reward is to see Toby. And little did Mona know that she already saw Toby. And Redcoat's coming on a plane. Redcoat is a girl. She runs everything. We think that Mona knows who it is. We come to find out Mona doesn't. The fire is started. During the episode, we found out Pretty Eyes is Toby. He said that he did everything he did to protect her. Jenna and Shauna are seen together. They obviously have some sort of fling. Pretty much at the beginning, you see an A and Mona. It's Spencer. She takes contact off Mona's phone, which it was really obvious to me now that I watch it, that it was Toby. And that's kind of how she meets him later. And because of how she gave her black coffee, we know that Spencer drinks the blackest, strongest coffee. The girls have said it 100 times in this series about, geez, I don't want to be up all night, or because she likes strong black coffee. So I think it was obvious it was Spencer right then. The more I watch this, the more you'll catch things like that. Okay. I think it's pretty obvious that Shauna was the one that set the fire, not Wilden. Jenna told her to do that. And the person that hit Toby on the back of the head, I think, might have been Wilden, because he knew that he would probably try to go save the girls. And Jenna and Shauna, I believe, are the ones that carried Wilden's body away from when he got hit by Ashley, which is another thing I didn't really talk about that much because I don't find it interesting, and I already know Wilden's a part of this, so I didn't find any reason to really follow that part of it that much. Hope that makes sense. Redcoat's in charge, tells the girls the party is a setup. Mona calls Redcoat finally going to end getting what you've always wanted, she says to her. So she wants all the girls gone. Spencer and Toby take the walk. Someone hits him so he can't help her. And then the girls are pulled out by Allie. The girls see him. Everyone's like, oh, Allie's alive, Allie's alive. And they leave, and then they are taken to a cop car. The video of Hannah's mom running Wilden over is playing. Mona, I believe, steals it, if I remember correctly. I think that's the first thing that happens in season 4. And they open the trunk, and that's where it ends. We know that it's a pig dead in the back of the car. There was actually no body. But, so, I'm going to take a break from Pretty Little Liars for at least a day. I might watch season 4 episodes again. Maybe. Maybe I'll just wait till after the Halloween episode, and then I'm going to have over 2 months to study those episodes. So maybe I'll just hold off and take a break. I will be posting this 25 unanswered questions PLL tag. Some of them, I don't know. I need to take the next few days instead of watching those episodes to determine my predictions for those things. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope it gets your brain flowing. If you don't agree with me or whatever, these are just things that after studying, and I mean studying, the first 3 seasons of Pretty Little Liars are kind of the connections that I've drawn. you might draw other connections. You might be more drawn to some characters that maybe I don't really have as much of an interest to, so I don't pay attention as closely, which I think is the case with a lot of this stuff. I don't really pay attention to Hannah that much. I mean, I think she's been a leading role, well, at least in the first 2 seasons, amongst the girls. Yes, Spencer constantly gets them to keep on track, but I think Hannah, there was so much going on with her, and there is still. I mean, her mom and everything. So, I don't know, there's something about her that annoys me, and then sometimes she acts so suspicious. Like, I don't know. I hope we get some answers. I know we're probably not going to get that much on the Halloween episode. They're going to leave us with more unanswered questions. But this show is going to be the death of me. No pun intended. So I'm going to talk to you guys later. I've been talking to you for 20 minutes. But it's all in good fun, right? PLL. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.